The man who died after being struck by lightning off Pasir Ris Beach on Sunday afternoon was an experienced sea sports instructor. 24-year-old Mikhail Benyamin was among a group of 7 kayaking and paddleboarding in the waters when tragedy struck.
This area at Pasir Ris Beach was roughly where a group of 7 people were rescued on Sunday afternoon following a lightning strike on water. One of them, 24-year-old Mikhail Benyamin, was sent to hospital unconscious and subsequently passed on. He was said to have been a freelancer with recreational company Outdoor Adventures and had over 10 years of experience on the waters, be it on a kayak or a stand-up paddle. According to the company, Mr. Mikhail had brought his family and friends out to the waters on Sunday after securing 4 kayaks and a stand-up paddleboard.
He was here with his family. Then after that, they decided to go for a leisure paddle. I think they were having a picnic here. Yeah, then they decided to take the kayaks out for a bit of a paddle. So that's where the incident happened. A lot of our people, when they are here, then let's say they want to use for their family, we'll of course, go ahead.
The leisure activity started from the waters of Outdoor Adventures, following checks on equipment, safety and the weather. This included instructions to return immediately if a lightning alert is issued.
We also will check whether they have any experience and all. And of course, normally we'll warn them in any case of danger whatsoever itself.
Mr. Mikhail's group then paddled about 10 to 15 minutes to about 500 meters away from where they had launched. But when I was walking along this stretch to the area where they ended, I noticed one thing. There are no lightning warning systems here. The nearest place to be able to hear any announcement about inclement weather would be back at Outdoor Adventure or Passion Wave at Pasir Ris, which are the 2 operators that provide equipment rentals for water activities along this stretch. Mr. Tan was told by his staff that skies had been clear before the incident and the lightning warning siren had not been activated. Nearby fishermen rushed to help the affected group out of the waters. Operations at Outdoor Adventures will be put on hold for the next 2 weeks, out of respect for Mr. Mikhail and his family. Beachgoers and fishermen I spoke to also hope for more warning systems to be installed along the beach. Police investigations are ongoing.
Sunday's incident at Pasir Ris Beach puts a spotlight on the need for lightning protocols. Sports and education associations say the death of Mikhail Benyamin after being struck by lightning is a sad reminder of the unpredictability of the weather. Such protocols usually start with planning and risk assessment. Organizations will then monitor the weather before coming up with advisories on adverse conditions, especially lightning risks. If the activities are out at sea, there would be additional radio alerts. In severe weather, they would be suspended.
So we do make all those checks. And then once it's clear that lightning is within our training area, then we start calling people in. We do 2 things. We use VHF to get on the radio and tell the coaches, come on in, it's lightning warning. Then we also have a public address system, and we blast it out to tell everybody, come back, stay out of the open.
The Outdoor Learning and Adventure Education Association, or OLAE, says sports activities should be planned with relevant national sporting associations. The association also adds that activity providers should be prepared to suspend or terminate activities when conditions are unsafe. In the past 20 years, there have been a few notable lightning incidents, 3 of which resulted in fatalities. This includes Sunday's incident at Pasir Ris, as well as 2 separate instances in Lim Chu Kang. Non-fatal cases include one at a construction site in Bartley in 2023 and another which struck a train on the East-West Line in 2017. These occurrences have prompted OLAE to further support members by developing more competencies. Constant reviews are crucial in ensuring that recognized standards continue to be effectively implemented.
These standards or these COP are living documents, and they will continue to evolve based on the industrial development, operational experiences, technological advancement, and the lesson learned. So at this stage, it will be premature to speculate on any specific revision that we'll make in the Singapore standards.
Now let's take a closer look at how lightning forms. Storm clouds build up both positive and negative electrical charges. When the electrical difference becomes too great, the energy is released as lightning. The bolt can strike the ground, another cloud, or travel away from the storm. And then there is this phenomenon of clear sky lightning, where lightning can strike even when the sky looks just fine. These can originate from afar and travel several kilometers before striking. A person is within lightning range if he can hear thunder. So, how does one stay safe from lightning? It's best to leave beaches, open fields, and the water immediately if thunder is heard or lightning is seen. Seek shelter inside a building or a vehicle. Wait at least 30 minutes after the last thunder before resuming outdoor activities. And for more on this, we speak to Associate Professor Wang Xianfeng, who is Cluster Lead at the Centre for Climate Change and Environmental Health at NTU Singapore. He's also a faculty member at the Asian School of the Environment. Prof. Wang, welcome to the show. Now, we saw reports of a death of Pasir Ris Beach on Sunday, but in May, a fish farm worker was also killed by lightning. That's off Lim Chu Kang. And there have also been reports today of the death of a footballer in Malacca who could also have been struck by lightning. Are we seeing more lightning strikes in Singapore and also in the neighboring regions?
Thank you. So first of all, it's indeed very sad to hear these tragic incidents. Lightning, in fact, is a very common phenomenon in Singapore. Based on the records from Meteorological Service of Singapore, on average, there are about 170 lightning days each year. So the lightning, so it's kind of recorded almost once every 2 days. So we cannot really say, based on the recent incidents, to say the lightning now is increasing more frequent. What we do know that is the lightning happens regularly, so it's not a real event.
Could you tell us if the lightning strikes are becoming more intense or whether there's any effect on intensity with regard to recent weather patterns?
So lightning happens because the warm and hot air move faster in the air columns and then create this unstable storm clouds in Singapore and maritime continent region broadly because the heat and the humidity, and then create these favorable conditions for thunderstorms. Climate change in general may increase the lightning activities in certain areas over time. However, it's really difficult to say based on these individual recent cases to say they're caused by climate change. So we don't have a direct evidence to say that yet.
Well, Prof, are those who are out at sea, like, in the case of the Sunday incident during a thunderstorm, are they more vulnerable than those who stay on land?
Yes, that's right. Basically, when people at the sea, so they're more exposed, particularly, let's say, people in a small boat because there are no enough area to shelter. And also because the water is very easy to conduct electricity very well. So cause another layer of danger.
Right. In the Singapore incident yesterday, it was said that the sky was clear. Is that clear sky lightning, and what causes it?
Very likely, yes. So scientifically, we also give a name called a board from the blue. Of course, it's better to have more weather data to confirm that. So lightning strikes can travel a very long distance, up to 10 kilometers or even longer than that. So even clear skies overhead, but that do not always mean it's safe. A simple rule is that if thunder can be heard, lightning basically is close enough to become dangerous.
So if someone is caught outdoors with no immediate shelter during a thunderstorm, what is the first thing they should do to stay safe? Any advice?
The best option, of course, is trying to get into a proper building or maybe inside a fully enclosed car. If they're not possible, first of all, try to stay away from tall trees and try to, if still not possible, try not to lie flat on the ground. If not, some other options could be, say, crouching low with feet together, head down, and also cover the ears with hands. That could also be helpful. And of course, there are some warning signs, for example, including the air could stand in and some buzzing in ears. So these are some warning signs.
Well, warning signs aside, let's say someone does get struck by lightning and they're still conscious and able to move. What is the first thing they should do?
So the best option, of course, is trying to find a proper building to shelter. So if still not possible, try not to lie flat on the ground. And of course, try to stay away from the water.
Well, Prof. Wang, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. That was Associate Professor Wang Xianfeng from the Centre for Climate Change and Environmental Health at NTU Singapore.